Hey everybody, welcome to today's tips and tricks on June 27th, 2023. Glad that you could make it, especially after not having one last month. This month just works out that we're able to have it, and then I can't believe next month is already the 4th of July and July in general. So exciting stuff. So glad you're here. Before we begin, I'm going to paste the giveaway link in the chat for those of you in attendance, and feel free to click that link while we get started here and enter for a chance to win $100 to Amazon. Let me introduce myself. My name is Tim Sessions. I'm the Director of Client Services. If you've been here before, you know that I've been hosting these for quite some time. Up on your screen is the link to the gift card giveaway. Obviously, you can't click it in the presentation, but I will throw it in the chat one more time just for everyone who might come in, excuse me, a little bit later. Of course, I like to mention at the top of this call that at the end of the call, you'll receive a survey on how we can improve these. The surveys are anonymous, but we do take all the feedback seriously, and we hope to hear from you, positive or otherwise. We're going to be discussing some upcoming national campaigns, and then we're going to be focusing on keywords. Why should we use them, and what are the various ways you can run keyword contests within an audience? And of course, at the end, we'll open it up for some questions. Currently, I don't have anyone manning questions, so to help me, help me, we have the Q&A window available for you to put your questions there. That will put them in a queue. Then I can view those questions and then answer them towards the end of the call. So with that, then we'll announce our gift card winner. So let's jump right into our national campaigns. The first one that I want to talk about, which actually has to do with keywords, is our Summer Cash Contest. This is a countdown keyword contest that utilizes our countdown application, which will actually be going over on today's call, some of the setup and features there. Basically, we're giving away $2,000 a day over the course of 5 days. Now, we have heard you, and we know that 5 days might be a difficult time period to ramp up the keywords and garner popularity. But we hope that by dangling a $2,000 cash prize daily, this will incentivize you to run the Summer Cash Contest if your group or company allows it. Something that I like to tag on to this is that you can use our $2,000 cash prize to ramp things up in the first week of a keyword contest, and then you could actually generate your own keyword contest beyond that to piggyback off of this one. So, you could use ours to start the first week, and then following weeks build and run your own. Now, something that I'd like to offer those of you on this call is if you do not have access to our countdown contest and you would like to do something like this, where you want to participate in our version of the cash contest, which you actually don't need our countdown application to participate in. You don't need it installed on your account. But if you'd like to run a consecutive contest beyond ours, then I'd be happy to allow you to demo the countdown application beyond that for a campaign that ties into this one. So don't hesitate to reach out to support. I'll give you the support contact at the end, but support@audience.io. And if you're interested in doing something like that and you don't have access to our countdown application, then I would be happy to give you access for a follow-up campaign to our Summer Cash Contest. Again, we provide the contest execution, the $2,000 cash prizes for 5 days, rules, all applicable winner paperwork and tax information, and then the generic images, but you're welcome to customize them on your own. Our run dates are the 10th through the 14th of July. Sign-up closes on July 5th. And yeah, then of course, it's crazy that it's here, but we have our back to school giveaway. This is a really fun one where we actually give away $2,000. $1,000 goes to the winner of the contest, and $1,000 goes to their favorite school or charity. So we work with the winner to provide that cash prize to that individual's favorite charity as well. The run dates of this are the 31st, July 31st through August 30th. So it is a month-long campaign, and you can sign up for that all the way up until July 26th. And we provide the contest execution, a national grand prize of $1,000 for the winner, and a donation of $1,000 to the winner's favorite school or registered charity. Rules, all applicable winner paperwork, tax information, and then of course the generic images as well. If you have any questions about that, don't hesitate to reach out in support as well, and we can help fulfill or answer those questions. But this one might be a fun one to tie in with a local charity if you do plan on running this campaign, and look for some sponsorship opportunities that way as well. Then, of course, coming up, we have our Pro Football Challenge. What's cool about this is we actually have two versions of a Pro Football Challenge that you can run. We'll talk about one of those in just a second. But this is the one on the screen right now is our Pick'em style contest, where each week you pick the teams which you think will win that week. And as you pick the correct picks, then of course you get points for that. We do offer a $50,000 prize if somebody picks a perfect season. This is I believe, 17-week long promotion. So there's a lot of great sponsorship opportunities there. This one runs through from August 31st all the way through January 7th, 2024. And you can sign up for that all the way up until August 23rd. So we provide the contest execution. We tie into the API, so winners are automatically, or football team winner selection is already made as each game plays out. The winning teams are displayed, and it has a leaderboard included as well. We provide the rules, again, paperwork and tax information, and generic images. Now, on top of this, you can also opt into the survival challenge. This one is a lot of fun. It's basically a knockout challenge where you can, the way that it works is you pick one team per week. And if that team wins, then you move on to the next week. If they lose, then you can be eliminated. You have two chances, it's a double elimination. So if you pick the wrong one in the first week, then you have another chance in the second week, all the way up until you don't pick a winning team. Another fun aspect about this is you can't repick the team that you initially picked. So there's a lot of strategy around it. You don't want to necessarily pick the team that you think will make it the furthest or have the most wins up front. But of course, it's a lot like the NCAA brackets. Anything can happen. There's upsets and everything that way. There isn't a national prize associated with this, but it runs concurrently with the run dates of obviously the pro football season. So the 31st of August through January 7th, and sign-up closes August 23rd. But we do give you contest execution. We provide a rules template, but you'd want to cross-check that with your legal teams if necessary to make sure those rules are in compliance with the campaign that you can run. And then, of course, provide some generic images there. So you can run these two styles of campaigns together during the pro football season. Of course, you can find all of this on ideas.audience.io. Also, last week, our National Campaigns Director, Jay, did hold a webinar based on the Pro Football Challenge, talking about contest execution and how it operates and various ways that you can tie in sponsorships. And that video explainer is on both the Pro Football Challenge sign up and the Survival Challenge sign-up forms. You'll see a link to that video there that you can watch. It's about 14 minutes long and will help you understand how we do things around here with our Pro Football Challenges. Again, that's available at ideas.audience.io. All right, something that I've started doing that I'm going to continue to focus on is our kind of threefold mission on what we do and what you should be focusing on with your data. But our goal is to help you grow, enrich, and activate your first-party data. So I'll pick one of those three things and pick an item and expand on that a little bit further. But up on the screen are different ways that we've helped customers do that. So of course, at the top there it says grow your data. Keyword contests are there to help grow all sorts of data points. Of course, we can collect email addresses, phone numbers, and so forth. But why should we consider keyword style promotions? A couple of examples here. It drives traffic, whether it's on your website, whether it's on air, whether you're doing live streaming or on site, whether that's for yourselves or for sponsorships. You can help create brand recognition and loyalty. An example that I'd like to give on the brand recognition is, let's say you're working with your car dealership and you are a Dodge dealership, and maybe not everyone knows all the names of the different cars that are available to them when they're purchasing a Dodge. You can use the names of the cars as those keywords and help people, as those keywords are announced, you can help people know that, oh, this is the name of a car. Maybe they'll begin to recognize that car as they've entered keywords down the road. So when you're thinking about what keywords you would like to use for yourself, or whether it's through sponsorships, think of things that are unique to your brand or their brand, and help create that recognition and loyalty to use as keywords. Ideally, a keyword is going to be a single word. Keyword contests allow you to run longer promotional periods. So if there's a time where you have a hard time filling a time of year with a campaign, then maybe consider running a longer keyword contest. 3 to 5 weeks isn't unheard of with keyword contests. And of course, maybe that is a little bit longer than you're used to running with a standard contest, but keyword contests, it's not unheard of to extend those for long periods of time. Then, of course, you create some campaign anticipation, people waiting around to find out what the keyword is. However you deliver that, you're creating that campaign anticipation people can rely on when they'll hear that keyword or see that keyword, and hopefully boost some listening time or viewership or audience engagement in that regard. So let's take a look at a few of the keyword options that you have available to you when running a contest. I'm going to jump into the admin here and show you some of the setup pieces. If you haven't ran a keyword contest, let me go ahead and maximize my screen so you can see. But I just have a simple sweepstakes form. As you can see, I have my step 1, step 2, step 3, and I've added a few keyword fields. Now we have our standard keyword field. This one's pretty basic. When you have that keyword option or field added to your form, then you can go ahead and add a list of keywords. And as you add keywords to that list, then what that does is that makes it so this field, the keyword field, will accept any of those keywords as people hear them. So it's not really gated. You just know that there is a keyword that you have to enter. Maybe you want to give several options for one field. You can do that by adding additional keywords to this field. If you want to keyword gate your contest, then of course you make it required for entry. Sometimes we see people not make it required for entry. They want everyone to enter, but maybe they track keywords just to see listenership or viewership or something of that nature. But in most cases, we do see required for entry. We also have our keyword plus field, which allows you to schedule keywords throughout the day. And there's a couple of ways that you can configure this. And I'll get into both of those in just a second. But I want to break down the anatomy of the keyword plus field. Of course, you have the label at the top here. You have your correct keywords. You have the ability to add new keywords, but then of course you have your ability to schedule keywords as well. Now you'll see when I add a keyword, we have start time optional, end time optional. So what's cool about the keyword plus field is you could actually use it for both a standard keyword contest or a keyword plus contest, meaning there is the ability to schedule these keywords out. So you can do this a few ways. You can use it to schedule multiple keywords in one field, or you can use it to schedule keywords that happen at the same time, but on different days. So in this instance, this one keyword field will accept tips at noon, which is right now, till about 12:30, and then that option will close, and then you can schedule tricks, which would happen at 12:31 and end at 1 p.m. Then, of course, we could schedule several other keywords. Now, each keyword field does hold up to 100 keywords, and some of you might think that that's a large amount of keywords, but we do see that from time to time, up to 100 or more keywords, and it can go even beyond that. But if you plan on going beyond 100 keywords, then you would have to actually remove some of the keywords that have been previously answered. A little hidden tip there is that if you delete out a keyword, you can still see that response in somebody's response. If you download the CSV file, it will keep a historical record of the keywords that they've previously entered, even though you've deleted it off the keyword list here. You also have the option for a dynamic time zone. This will apply if your contest is going to be ran across several different accounts in different time zones. We do have several large groups that span across all different time zones through the United States here, and even into Canada and down into Mexico. And with the dynamic time zone, what that does when that's checked is it's going to say this tips keyword will be available at 12 p.m. in each time zone. With it unchecked, if this tips keyword is scheduled at 12 p.m., then that would be whatever time zone this account is built in. So if this is Eastern time, then tips would work at 11 p.m. 11 a.m. In Central Time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Pacific. But with the dynamic time zone checked, then of course you will that will start at that specified time in each time zone there. Of course, you can make it required for entry. And something that you'll always want is, if you have multiple keywords, is always show as the repeat type. What always shows does is, as people come back each day, that keyword field will be open to them when they come back each day to enter the campaign. So let's see, it looks like we have a question, so I'll go ahead and take that right now. This is a good question. Do users still need to spell each keyword exactly correctly as we enter it in order for it to be accepted when they hit submit? With the keyword and keyword plus, the spelling is ideal. So having correct spelling is ideal. So you want to make sure that your keywords are easy to spell. Now we understand there's several different spellings of each word in the English language. So if that is a concern of yours, you could actually add the various spellings as options as well. We do have our countdown application, which does actually recognize close spellings, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But they're not case sensitive, however. So if I type in tricks with a capital T, I could also type in tricks with a lowercase t. That's on the keyword and keyword plus fields. If we have multiple keywords scheduled for a particular time period, is it possible to see which keyword a user entered with in the promotion data? Meaning, did they submit keyword 1, keyword 2, or keyword 3? Yes, you'll see which individual keyword they entered during that time period that it's scheduled for. And again, another great question. Yeah, we understand users don't always spell words correctly, so adding variations of the spelling could help, but the simpler the keywords, the better. Of course, when that comes to brand recognition, then it might be a little bit harder to do that, but making sure that that's communicated clearly, that the correct spelling is necessary, then that would be ideal. So thank you for those questions, and feel free to ask any other questions. I'll go ahead and continue on here, but we can take little breaks like that to answer questions as they're relevant. Now, in this dummy contest that I've created, I've also created keywords in step 3. So there might be opportunities to create keyword contests as bonus entries. And I have 2 options here. So I have one that says give 20 entries for someone who got a keyword from, let's say, a local gas station. So this is a way that you can increase foot traffic. So let's say you're doing a gas card giveaway sponsored by a local gas station, and they have a kiosk or little card, a tent card set up in their gas stations with the keyword that they should grab for extra entries. This can be announced on air, announced on social media, or so forth. So we have a local gas station here called Maverick. I could announce, go to Maverick for a keyword for 20 extra chances to win. Or of course, if you're, if you really want to boost those numbers and try to drive that foot traffic, you could increase it to 100 there. So this is a way that you can help generate foot traffic for yourself or for sponsors. And then, of course, you'd make that as a bonus entry on the bonus entry form. Another option that we see is a lot of people will run keyword contests where the initial step is to collect data. They won't ask for a keyword on step 2. But when they hit step 3, then that's where they begin entering the keywords for extra chances to win. So if we look in the settings of this one that I previously set up, we have our 6 a.m. keyword, and then I did morning, drive, commute, traffic, jam, and that would run for 5 days of this contest being scheduled. Then let's say we wanted to do multiple of these keywords. So I just went ahead and cloned the field, and I want to do a 9 a.m. keyword. And of course, I'm not going to go through and set this up, but we would need new keywords. We'd also need new dates and times as well on each of these. But you can go through and you can create a keyword contest that has multiple entry points as bonus entries. So you get your initial entry by entering once, and then as you go to the bonus entry portion of the contest, then you can maximize your entries by entering the keywords that you hear announced. Now, initially, this might be kind of cumbersome to set up, cloning the keywords, setting the time, setting the words that they're going to use. And so that's one reason that we've created what we call the Countdown application. So if you're unfamiliar with the Countdown application, I'll go ahead and show that to you right now. But first, I'm going to show it with a quick demo here. So if you are to navigate to our examples.media page, you will see a little flyout in the bottom left-hand corner. Again, this website is just examples.media, as you can see at the top there. You'll see a flyout that says win $1,000 keyword. This is just a demo campaign that we've set up, and this can be embedded on a site. It can be added to a widget, or it can be a light, if you use our widget application, it can be created as a light box. But this one is built to be a little bit more mobile friendly, and we found that our customers like to use this in replacement for text-to-win style contests, creating web traffic. The advantage of using our Countdown application, though, is you're able to collect user data or audience data versus a text-to-win campaign where you're just, getting phone numbers and some very basic information that way. So the keyword that is good to go here is car. With the Countdown application, we do ask for the keyword up front, and then we ask them to sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in with my email address. And a feature that we've added recently to this is an option for bonus entries. Now, you may have seen it didn't ask me for any additional information. That's because I've already entered my information on this account. So it quickly filled out first name, last name, and anything else that any other data it had on me. But we have added a bonus entry option to the Countdown application, which wasn't available prior to this year. So that is a new feature with Countdown. So I've done all I can here. If I want to share it to try to get some bonus entries, I can do that. I click I am done. And the whole reason we call this Countdown is because we can see when the Countdown application or when the next keyword is available in this application. So taking a look at setup, let's go ahead and jump into the dashboard once again. And the reason why I'm jumping over to the Countdown application now is because, again, you may have seen how cumbersome it might be to set up a Keyword Plus campaign with multiple timeframes that you want keywords to be available. So using our keyword submission tool or our keyword countdown application, you'll see that the setup is a lot easier here. Again, there's no desktop layout setup. It is more mobile friendly. So you can give it a header, grid image, Facebook share image, and so forth. But then you configure it by clicking on the prize tag. You can generate the prizes manually, or you can actually upload from a CSV file. We give you an example of what that file should look like in order to make that upload seamless. And something that we've found that some of our customers have been able to do is add an English version and a Spanish or other language version of that keyword scheduled for that same time frame. And that way you're not having to go through and translate all your keywords into English and Spanish if you do spread across various language markets as well. So you can upload a CSV file, which is something that you cannot do, unfortunately, with the Keyword Plus application. But if you want to use our generator, our keyword generator, you just pick the time frame that you want the keywords to be available. So I will go ahead and do it for pretty much all the month of July. We'll do, let's say, 5 keywords today and hit go. So this is going to give you all the keywords for each day. I can expand the day and then adjust the time frames here. Now, as you adjust the time frames, you can also sync those time frames. So if I set it on our first day where we have a 6 a.m., and I won't get too fine-tuned on this, but you can see I'm just kind of organizing some keywords here. The question might come up, do I have to do this for each day that these keywords are available? You can actually sync this setup here by using use as template. And by doing that, now each of those dates that I picked on the very first one will now be those same times on the next dates as well. Now, if you just want to run this for each weekday, then you just kind of got to cross-reference a calendar here, but I know that July 3rd is Monday, so I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then turn off Saturday and Sunday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn off Saturday and Sunday, and go all the way down my list to make sure that we're only making these keywords active during those dates. But as you can see, we provide the keywords for you. Of course, you can swap those out at any time. You can add a day sponsor, or you can even add a keyword sponsor. So this keyword was brought to you by such and such dealership. This one was brought to you. So lots of sponsorship opportunities. You can also pick winners per keyword, or you can choose a winner from keywords for that day. So you can see how it's very easy to set up a countdown contest. you'll get stats on the countdown, and you'll see how people are interacting with each keyword. Again, that's information that you can keep internally or provide for sponsors. And then, of course, you'll get entry stats and so forth there. As far as the setup goes, there are a few tools that we've added to this one. You do have the ability to turn off the countdown clock if you don't want to use it. You can also add additional information on the keyword screen and also on the congratulations screen when you've entered the correct keyword. So any additional information there. And then you can also send out entry confirmation emails each time somebody goes to enter their keyword. I want to get into some numbers there. And then I know that we're getting to the top of the hour here, but I want to show you some numbers that we've seen with people who have ventured into the Countdown application. So here's a quick success story for you. We had a customer who came to one of our client success managers and said, we've never done a Countdown keyword style contest before. What can you do? So that CSM walked them through how to set it up. And within an hour, it was ready to go. Now, you've probably already read ahead, but this is the first keyword style campaign that they had ever ran. Now, of course, keep in mind, this is a larger group with several TV or radio stations across the nation. So that's where we're going to get these higher numbers. But if you want to look at this at a macro level, you can see what this does, what this could potentially do for your location as well. It generated 237,000 unique entries. The contest sent out over 1.9 million confirmation emails because, again, with each time somebody went to enter a keyword, they sent a confirmation email was sent, and that confirmation email had a 45% open rate. If you're in an email marketing business, you'll know that that is extremely high. The contest ran for 35 total days, so pretty much every weekday for 7 weeks, and I showed you how to set that up. There were 5 keywords daily. They used our CSV uploader to upload both in English and Spanish. And a remarkable statistic there is that it averaged 36,000 new entries per day, which was pretty remarkable. Now, we have a lot of resources available to you at help.audience.io that will show you how to set up keyword contests, whether that's through a sweepstakes or through a Countdown application. But of course, if there's any sort of questions or if you want to do a specific training on the keyword Countdown application, we'd be happy to offer that to you as well. But with that, let's see if there's any other questions, and then we'll jump into picking a winner. I know I like to keep these around a half hour, but of course, I want to make sure that you all have time for some questions. It looks like I don't have anything coming in right now. So while I pick a winner, I'll go ahead and leave it on this screen here so you can jot down any important information that you might need to contact support here.